The unveiling of a royal portrait has never been a simple artistic gesture. Each canvas, each brushstroke carries the weight of history, politics, and legacy. And in Britain, where monarchy is not just ceremony, but a symbol of continuity, a single image can speak louder than 100 speeches. That is why the recent decision to give the first official joint portrait of Prince William and Catherine, Princess of Wales, a permanent home inside one of England's most sacred cathedrals, is being seen as nothing less than a turning point. What looks, on the surface, like an elegant painting, is in fact a strategic moment in royal storytelling. A visual statement that William and Kate are no longer merely the young couple we once called the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge, but the heart of the monarchy's future. A portrait that now belongs not only to them, but to the people, displayed forever in Peterborough Cathedral, one of the most historically resonant religious landmarks in the country. To understand why this moment matters, we need to trace the story back to the commission itself. The year was 2021, a time of transition, uncertainty, and preparation. Queen Elizabeth II was still alive, but her health was fragile, and the monarchy was clearly entering a new chapter. Prince William and Catherine carried the title of Duke and Duchess of Cambridge, and while their path to the throne was not yet imminent, the eyes of the world were already fixed on them as the embodiment of stability and renewal. That year, the Cambridge Royal Portrait Fund, supported by the Cambridge Community Foundation, launched a project that was as symbolic as it was artistic, to create the first ever official joint portrait of the couple. The choice of artist fell on Jamie Corrath, a painter known for his ability to blend technical precision with emotional depth. His task was daunting. To portray not just two individuals, but a partnership. To capture not just their likeness, but their essence as a future king and queen consort. When the portrait was unveiled in June 2022, the timing was uncanny. Only months later, Queen Elizabeth II would pass away, and King Charles III would ascend the throne. What had been conceived as a celebration of a ducal couple suddenly became a prophetic glimpse into Britain's future sovereigns. The painting, shown first at the Fitzwilliam Museum in Cambridge, attracted thousands of visitors and critical acclaim. Reviewers noted the rare balance: Kate in a shimmering emerald dress that symbolized both elegance and growth, William standing beside her in quiet strength, together projecting authority without losing approachability. But what made this portrait truly different was its journey. Unlike many royal paintings that vanish into private collections or palace corridors, this one traveled. It toured community centers and public spaces across Cambridge, deliberately reaching ordinary people rather than remaining locked inside aristocratic walls. For residents, it was not just art, it was a statement of accessibility, a reminder that William and Kate were not distant monarchs in waiting, but figures they could see, relate to, and claim as their own. Now, nearly 2 years later, the announcement has come: the portrait will rest permanently inside Peterborough Cathedral. This is no casual placement. Peterborough is a site where English history breathes from every stone. The burial place of Queen Catherine of Aragon, the first wife of Henry VIII, and once the resting place of Mary, Queen of Scots, until her body was moved to Westminster Abbey. It is a cathedral marked by queens, conflict, and the endurance of faith. To situate William and Kate's portrait here is to anchor their image in the deep currents of English history, connecting their modern partnership with centuries of dynastic struggle and survival. The symbolism is unmistakable. By choosing Peterborough, the monarchy is sending a message that William and Catherine are not just heirs, they are already written into the nation's story. The cathedral setting lifts the portrait out of the realm of ordinary art and transforms it into a relic of continuity, a devotional image not only admired but revered. For those who visit, it is no longer a painting of two royals. It is a vision of the future king and queen placed among saints, martyrs, and monarchs of old. The artist himself explained that he wanted to capture them as both approachable and dignified. That paradox has defined their public life. Catherine, with her calm presence and empathetic gestures, embodies the idea of a queen for the people. William, with his serious focus and steady leadership, carries the weight of kingship. Together, they project something the monarchy desperately needs after years of scandal and division: unity. Public reaction has been swift. Commentators online hailed the portrait's new home as perfect, powerful, and a message to the world. The resonance is not just aesthetic, but emotional. After the turbulence of recent years, the crisis of Prince Andrew, the bitterness of Harry and Meghan's departure, the loss of Elizabeth II, the image of William and Catherine, dignified and together, offers reassurance. A promise that stability is not a relic of the past, but a commitment for the future. This decision also speaks to the growing influence of William himself. Insiders suggest that he is increasingly shaping the monarchy's public strategy, ensuring that every gesture, every placement, and every symbol reinforces the image of a streamlined, scandal-free institution. The portrait's location aligns perfectly with this vision. It is not hidden away in private rooms or associated with luxury, but rooted in a cathedral that belongs to the people. It becomes both holy and humble, royal and relatable. For Sarah Ferguson and Prince Andrew, exiled from the public eye, and for Harry and Meghan, who narrate their own story from California, the contrast is striking. Their images circulate in tabloids and headlines of controversy. William and Catherine's image, by contrast, now resides in a cathedral, where history and eternity meet. That contrast alone may define the future balance of public opinion about the monarchy. The portrait is more than pigment on canvas. It is a weapon in the battle for perception. It assures the British people that the institution has a future that is not fractured but whole, not corrupted but pure, not fading but shining. For a monarchy navigating the turbulent waters of the 21st century, that promise is priceless. In the coming years, when William eventually ascends the throne as King William V, this portrait may be remembered as one of the first steps in cementing his reign in the public imagination. A symbolic bridge between his years as Duke of Cambridge and his destiny as sovereign. And for Catherine, it will remain a defining image, the Emerald Queen in waiting who stood not behind her husband, but beside him, radiating both strength and grace. For now, visitors to Peterborough Cathedral can stand before the painting and feel, perhaps, a flicker of reassurance. Amid the chaos of headlines, the shifting politics of Britain, and the relentless speed of modern life, here is a vision of continuity. A reminder that the monarchy, whatever its struggles, still knows how to wield the oldest power it has, the power of symbol. This event certainly gives us much to reflect upon. Not just about art, but about legacy. Not just about William and Kate, but about the monarchy's ability to adapt and endure. The brushstrokes may be Jamie Corritha's, but the message belongs to history. The future of the crown has already been painted, and it stands united.